Hi everybody, I'm Danielle Jameson and welcome to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a top 5 rides at Blackpool Pleasure Beach list. The famous theme park, the Pleasure Beach, is home to some of the UK's best rides and attractions, so this list was incredibly difficult for me to make. What are your favourite Pleasure Beach rides and attractions? Please feel free to comment down below in the comments section. So with that, let's begin my top 5 rides at Blackpool Pleasure Beach list. And we're going to start it off with number 5. And taking that number 5 spot is the steel inverted coaster Infusion. Infusion is the first coaster to be suspended completely over water. It opened in 2007, goes at top speed of 50 miles an hour, has 5 inversions and has a height of just over 100 foot. This coaster is nothing but fun, entertaining and something a little bit different to your average steel inverted coaster. Now, some of us may know that Infusion was previously called Traumatizer and was not at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, but it was at a sister park, Pleasureland Southport, where it opened in 1999 and operated there until 2005 when the theme park closed. There is no doubt that I absolutely love this ride, but however it can be a little bit uncomfortable and quite rough to ride, and sometimes it has left me with headaches and just a bad neck, so this is why I have not been able to put Infusion any higher up the list. Moving on to the 4th spot on our top 5 list, and this is a good old classic ride that many people are probably very fond with, and that is Grand National. The Grand National opened in 1935 and was designed by a man called Charles Page. The whole idea behind the ride is you have to race against the other car to get to the finish line first. This ride definitely has me laughing. It's a good old classic nostalgic ride. My nana and granddad are almost 70 years old and they always tell me stories about how the ride used to be, how it's changed over the years, and it's just so nice to see something that the whole family can ride together. So the Grand National takes the 4th spot on our list, moving swiftly on to the 3rd spot, and that 3rd spot goes to Ice Blast. Opening in 1997 with a height of 210 foot, a speed of 80 miles per hour and a massive 4.5 Gs, this ride can make anybody a bag of nerves. Formerly called PlayStation The Ride up until 2002 to help market Sony's games console of the same name, the ride has also been named Tango Ice Blast and just Ice Blast. This ride is the tallest and the fastest tower ride in the UK. I really love this ride, and that is why I think it deserves the number 3 spot on our list. And now we're finally at the top 2 spots, and in the 2nd spot on our list, it is the one, the only, the big one, formerly known as Pepsi Max, the big one. Standing at an impressive 235 foot, making it the UK's tallest roller coaster, and speeds of up to 85 miles an hour, making it the UK's fastest roller coaster. When it opened in 1994, this roller coaster was one hell of a record breaker. With a massive track length of 5,497 foot, this coaster goes around pretty much the entire park. This ride is so high up on any adrenaline seeker's list. And it's very high on my list too, reaching the number 2 spot. Now, before I reveal my number 1 top ride at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, let's just look at some honourable mentions. It's the first ever bobsleigh type roller coaster to be constructed in the UK. It is, of course, Avalanche, which opened all the way back in 1988. Next up, we have another big classic nostalgic wooden coaster, and that is, of course, the Big Dipper, which was shockingly opened all the way back in 1921. The honourable mentions list continues with the Revolution, which was Europe's first fully looping roller coaster, built of course in 1979. And to conclude our little honourable mentions list, it is of course the Wild Mouse, which is now one of the only remaining wooden mouse coasters in the world. How cool is that? This amazing little coaster opened all the way back in 1958. So now it's time to reveal the number 1 top ride of mine at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and you've probably guessed by now what it could possibly be. It is, of course, the indoor dark water ride Valhalla. When Valhalla opened all the way back in 2000, it won many dark water ride awards. And rightly so, because this water ride takes you on a journey through the Viking era, through fire, ice, wind, thunderstorms, and many, many more. So many awesome elements go into making what this ride is. And to be honest, I have never ridden a water ride better than Valhalla, and that is me honestly being very serious. Valhalla cost 15 million to make, making it one of the most expensive dark rides ever to be built. Since there's just so many special effects that go into this ride, it is very much a shame when some of the special effects don't work or there are some technical errors, as this ride is very well known to break down a lot. Unfortunately, because so much goes into this ride, Blackpool is unfortunately struggling to run it because it's just so expensive to run. But negativities aside, this is still a great ride. So that is it. That is my top 5 roller coasters / rides and attractions at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Do you agree with my list? Feel free to comment down below what your favourite rides are. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you guys in my next video.